Hi Garth Gang, and welcome to episode 13 of my weekly Path of Exile updates. I love recording YouTube videos. There's not always something to specifically spend 10 minutes on, and as a main heist YouTuber, there isn't many changes once the league has started unless a new build comes up, and then I'll generally play in SSF and do a build guide via PoE, etc. As yet, no one's pointed me in the direction of any new heist builds, so that hasn't happened. I haven't spotted any that have come up on the people I usually follow for those sort of things. So here we are, episode 13, in the middle of Sanctum League, and what have I been up to in the last 7 days? Well, talking of Sanctum, let's head over to there. So, I'm going to just bypass to Ruthless a moment. I haven't done anything more on my solo self and Ruthless. I do enjoy that game mode, but this event's coming up by the Forever Exiled podcast people. So I'm not going to be doing any more Ruthless until this event, and I'll play in that event. If you want to find out about this event, head over to Twitter, follow Forever Exiled. On there, and that should give you access to Discord, and in there they've got their event. There are some minor prizes available. So let's go into Sanctum trade. Da-da-da-da. I've had a rocky road with Sanctum due to not researching the build I wanted to play, and then having to re-roll multiple times because I keep running out of currency or getting upset, or the various reasons. Anyway, this is my Raider version of Aero TV's Ice Shot Deadeye character. I have done a Raider variant. If you want to check it out, you can do so on my profile, or later in the video there is a POB I'll be going through. I'm not going to go through the build as is. As I said, check my profile, all the details are there. This build is fantastic. I did do the Deadeye version and I was dying all the time and I hated it. As a Raider, I can do 216 maps with 2.6k life. I am choosing my mods very carefully. There are several that you can't run. But yeah, Al can go. Works. It can do them. I needed help killing the Eater of Worlds quest, not because of the build, but because of my medical conditions. The entire Eater of Worlds arena is green. I can't see nothing because it's all the same colour, and therefore I can't see anything. So I had to get help for that. So that's down. I did my own Maven, the first Maven I've done. So now it's just running a T16 to get Searing Exarch to proc. Should be able to kill that. And then hopefully trying to get the rest of the maps done, 15 of them, to finish off getting my 2 MTXs. So that's where we're at. I'm not bothered about favourites. I just want to try and get the last 15 maps done. Yeah, so we're done, and that's that. That's where we are with maps. Passive tree, wrong one. That one into here. I started off running beasts and heist. I'm respecking out. I've respec out of beasts, other than keeping Einhar because I'm down here for Huck anyway. So I have 3 more points and I get Einhar permanently, which is awesome. This is a misclick. I blocked Ritual here, and that's a misclick, and I just can't be bothered to undo it. So that's my passive strategy. It's mainly heist and maps, and picking up Gifts of the Goddess for my lab runner in standard. So yeah, that's that. I haven't got much currency now, and I'm pretty much done with the league. I just need those last 15 maps. So yeah, that's Sanctum. I am enjoying Sanctum. This character cannot do a full no-hit run in Sanctum. However, either by speed, DPS, or just practice, I have done the first 2 floors without being hit. So yeah, I'm not going to do gameplay because I can't be bothered. It's that simple. Also, I have very little maps. I've only got 3 T16 left, so this is going to be the next one to run. I just need to corrupt it and hope I get something I can run. and then I'll probably run one of these white for the Syrian Exarch, just because it's easier and quicker. After that, it's just going to be grinding to try and get the remaining maps done. I've got most of them. I need to run this one, and there's a few more I'm missing. It's just going to be a case of tracking them down on the atlas. There's another one I need to do. That's 13 left. I think some of them are going to be uniques, and then maybe just T16s that I haven't got because for void stones. I don't know. I'll have a look at it later. So that's a side note. So yeah, that's my Sanctum. I really enjoyed the League mechanic. It's my fault that I'm this disheartened with it. I didn't choose correct builds. I didn't research the builds. I've got a new plan for 3.21. No, I'm not going to share it. So that's that. Into my solo Southbound hardcore adventures. I've set out to do a challenge. I want the achievements, not the challenges, the achievements to get a level 90 character in hardcore and to do the 4 ascendancy trials. And along the way, I'm collecting all the uniques. So, boom. I haven't touched this character's kind of dead. I'm not interested in doing heist. This character is Pox's Jug RF with a couple of minor tweaks in there for hardcore. So mainly I didn't take the 10% increased area effect. I took the 6% extra life because hardcore. Other than that, I think it's pretty much the same passive tree wise. Gear wise, obviously, solo self-found, so it's whatever I can get off the floor / find. This is still a level 40 scepter, and it's doing me really well. I haven't even bothered to re-roll the increased fire damage. This is the helm. There's a shield. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. If you want to check it out in detail, you can do so at my profile. This character is ZHC SSF Jug RF 2. Yes, the first one died. This is that amulet I found. So that's what I ended up with. Ring, chest, another ring, boots, belt, gloves, flasks. There we go. I've got some items here I'm waiting to craft. I'm waiting for 120 GCPs to get 3 blue. Then hopefully I can sock it into a 4th green. And then 5th socket into the red. That's the plan with this one. So it's a long-term plan. This one is waiting for jewelers and fusings to try and 5-link, and it's ready to go. This is a spare one in case I die. This is a spare scepter in case I die. That's just a armor evasion chest. I'm going to 6-link if I can 5-link this. That is 40 dex chest. I don't know what I'm doing with that. It's just, if you want to know how I get the notes on here, you make the tab public, you select each item individually, and then you can right click, do not index, and then you can write in this box anything you like. So if you're like me and you keep forgetting why you've kept stuff, that's why. So yeah, I'm really enjoying solo self-found. I think it's a great mode, and I'm probably going to play more of it. So we are level 81. I did get my immortal achievement. So your challenges would sit over here in League. This is achievements. These are permanent to your account. There it is. It doesn't give you a date, which I wish they'd do more with this achievement system. Put a date when you get it. Reach level 80 as a hardcore character. I did get a screenshot of the pop-up, but it didn't quite go through as it faded. I missed it by a few seconds because hardcore, I couldn't hit the print screen. I was too busy. So the next one is then Eternal to get level 90. I'm only 9 levels away. One point I'll do this. Once I've done this one, I'm going to concentrate on getting these 2. Unfortunately, they don't do it by act. It is just discover everything. So again, I hope they do something with the achievement system. It'd be brilliant. This I need to get at some point. I I need to do that. That's something I'll just do probably in the solo self-arm round. I just get to Act 2, go and help him, get the traitor, and then just kill the character. I don't know how I'm going to get those two, because I think it's a PvP thing. Yeah, 60 minions at the same time. Not sure I'll get that done. I'm going to do that somehow. Yeah, I just need a champion really to kill Val Ivysaur. I still need this one. I've been chasing this. I need a one-handed Marika Steel Sword. I'm trying to find the one. There it is. Internal Lab in Hardcore League. So that's the main goal. That one and level 90. And the reason I haven't done Eternal Lab yet is because this is solo, self-found, and hardcore. So please, can I have a gift to the goddess? I haven't found a single trial yet. I'm just going to pick up Wellspring of Creation just because it's hardcore, and then I'm going to make my way around here, and then up into Shaping the Seas. What I'm going to do is come up to these three and then go through these two travel nodes to get more labs. If I haven't got a lab by the time I've done these three maps. If I have got a lab and got a gift to the goddess, I'm probably still going to go through here anyway, because if this character dies before I hit level 90, I'm going to need more. So that's the plan. Again, if you want to see the character, then please check my profile. And I'll be on there. So that's my hardcore. And finally we go, oh, I didn't show you the uniques. I haven't got very many. I'm not specifically chasing them, but I have 53. I have 53 unique. Some of these are now obviously legacy because you can't get them anymore. But yeah, I've got a couple of things just from pure. That dropped from a Metamorph. Just from playing the game, really. A lot of swords. Haven't got either of my favourite axes, but never mind. So yeah, it's it's ticking along nicely. As for my characters in standard, oops, wrong one. We go here. There we go. This is the lab runner I've been trying to put together and testing out. It was a Molten Strike Strength Stacker. And it had Leap Slam, it was so tanky and speedy. And I did Uberlab, the 4th Ascendancy, and it was fine. It wasn't particularly great, it was fine, it did its job. Put 20 Divines into that character. And then I went to run did a gift to the goddess. It's offering a goddess, sorry. Did offering a goddess, Uberlab, and then went to do the gift of the goddess trials, and it was a slog. I didn't even make it to the first Azaro. The build was horrible. The DPS was lacking. The tank was lacking. It just sucked. So I switched. I trashed that character build. I spent 30 divines on this character. Mainly in some. I brought some. I needed to buy a lot of gumball currency. I didn't quite have enough. I spent nearly 700 chaos, most of which I've got back from running Baby Heist earlier today. So this is the character now. Again, I'm going to quickly hover over the gear. If you want full in-depth details, check out my profile. So this is Pox's RF guide. This is the higher level one, 96 plus I think he's put on there, and it calls for Awakened Gems. Now I don't have Awakened Gems yet, but that is something I wanted to buy the normal level gems and see how I got on and see how it did in lab, and it is fantastic as a lab runner. A point to note is because I am not running maps, I don't need I've taken Conk after 15 Essences of Horrors. This is the best helm. It's got the life regeneration on there. It's got the elemental damage on it, and it's got conk. I'm not worried about having conk effect on here because it's a lab runner. I don't need the AoE. It's mainly about running through the lab, getting to Azaro, and then killing Azaro. So I don't need the massive AoE that normally comes with the build. I've got my Saffles. I've put Shield Charge in here because I don't need Infernal Cry, which allows me then to life tap my Legacy of Fury boots with the Frostblink. I can also level my Frostblink because I'm not running maps, so I don't have to worry about Ellie Reflect. So these are all leveling up now. I've got my auras down in my gloves. So that's that. I had this scepter in my stash. I tried rolling with fossils. I didn't get anything. I moved on to alt spam, I think it was. I ulted into +1 level of all fire skills. I auged into Malevolence, has increased aura effect. I regaled into the spell damage and then multi-modded. So yeah, that was that. This I had in my stash. This I had in my stash. I brought these from standard trade. I had that in my stash. I had this in my stash. I brought these from trade because I needed mass amounts of lightning resistances. Brought this 6-linked from trade. I then spent 120 GCPs to get the 3 green, and bam, got it in 1. I brought the base from standard with the vitality mana reservation. So my vitality is not where it should be. So that's a pointless enchant now. The general idea was to put Defiance banner as arrogance and then put vitality in here. Actually, will it come out? Pop, pop, pop. There we go. And then we go pop. But as you can see, I don't quite have enough mana, even with the enchant. I also tried it with the Atlas passive mana. I just couldn't get vitality to work. So it ended up going back over here, and I'd spent 2 divines on the helm with the enchant for absolute nothing. Oh well, should have POB'd it first. Never mind. Anyway, I've got the base done. That's the story of that. I didn't need a Dex amulet, so I was like, well, what amulet do I use? I don't need stats. So I had this marble amulet, sat in my stash, waiting to be sold. I didn't get anything, so I then started to throw Essence of Dread on there for the increased armor. Along the way, I got +1 fire skill gems, but the rest of it was spell damage, mana regen. It had no open things. It had energy shield, no life. So I had to roll over that. I ended up with one with T1 max rolled rarity, which would have been nice. But again, had to roll over it. So this is where we end. I run out of Essence of Horrors, and I ran out of... Well, I was unwilling to spend any more divines buying any. So that's where I ended up, with increased attributes, increased armor, a little bit of lightning res, and then crafted life. I could exalt it, but I'm concerned I'll get something unusable or something that will brick the build. Not sure what that could be. I'm not taking the chance until I get some more currency to get some more essences. Then I'm not taking the chance. We then charisma'd it. So yeah, we managed to fit in a Defiance banner rather than Molten Shard, because I can't use left click. I don't move with left click. I use move using my keyboard. As you can see down here, D. Because of my medical conditions, I can't use a lot of left click, so I don't have Molten Shell on left click. So that gave me a free socket, so I just snuck a Defiance banner in there. The way I made that work is with a Legacy Jewel, because this is standard. I had Conqueror's Efficiencies. This was hanging around in my stash, so I just plonked that in my passive tree. Rather than having more life, I opted for this, which allowed me to then get in the Defiance banner. The flasks are the same flasks that are on my Inquisitor RF build. So when I play this, when it's a lab day, I just I theft my flasks from my Inquisitor, pop them on this character, and away I go. This character does lab wonderfully. I did 5 or 6 yesterday in a tier. I'm going to call it level 4 lab, last ascendancy lab, level 4 lab. I did. It was brilliant. So now I'm waiting for a better layout, and I'll try one. I'll probably try this one first, dedication to the goddess, because it's easier to do. And if that one goes well, I'll move on to gift of the goddess. If that does well, I will let you know. I've got to say good blossom. Yay. Yeah, so that'll be hopefully in next week's video, how I did with the lab. Moving on. Nothing else has really changed. A lot of my time was spent in doing the PoB for the Ice Shot character. Doing a lot of hardcore of an evening, solo self-found hardcore in the evening. And then doing a lot of Sanctum runs, trying to get all the MTX for the Kirak pass. I have done a lot of Toxic Sewer maps on this Inquisitor. So they're the flasks that I transfer to the they're all legacy flasks. Because I love Toxic Sewer as a map. It's my favourite map. So I've got loads of pre-rolled maps here to get through before the league's out. I've got 72 more of them in my map stash tab. So that's another one there that I need to roll. So I'm going to try and get all these time before the league ends, and because it might rotate out. A quick drink. So yeah, that's that. I've been running a lot of eye level 77 heists. Let's switch over to the heist character quickly. This is my explosive arrow trickster character. It's a baby omniscience. I need to get better gear, i.e. more stats. But it does brilliantly. It runs eye level 83 map contracts and blueprints fine. No problems. It doesn't die. It's all good. So you can see I've got a blueprint here ready to go, and these are the leftover ones. The reason I got these is because I had heist on my Atlas passive tree while I was tidying up some white and yellow missions that come over from Calandra League. So I ran all of those, got those all cleared out. So I kept on getting all these heist contracts and stuff. So I ran them, and I kept on running them, and it was fine. I was having a laugh, and also running one BP, I got a bit of a surprise, and I took a screenshot. Eye levels in heist do not matter. Monster level 72, eye level 77 BP, Niles, Nanette, and Cast. Currency tab, currency chests, boom, 2 divines. This is all the gear I've got on those 3 rogues, because this is standard, so I've spent a lot of currency rolling their gear, and it still isn't perfect. I'm still re-rolling gear. But I took the screenshot with it on there so you could see it is eye level 72, or monster level 72 BP, and this is what I got out of 2 big currency chests and 2 divines. No, I couldn't have dropped them because, as you can see, it is contrabanded still. So if I brought them into the heist, the contraband symbol wouldn't be there. So, yeah. In heist, for blueprints, eye level doesn't matter unless you are chasing enchanted armaments. Other than that, doesn't matter. For contracts, it kind of if you're going after rogue markers, if you're farming contracts for markers, yes, the higher the eye level, the more rogue markers you get. However, if you buy lower eye level contracts, not only will you usually get more contracts for cheaper, you make your money back because you're getting more. I know the price of Deception eye level 83 contracts are on the rise, but if you look at, I sold 60 contracts in Sanctum for like 25C because I didn't want to run them, and someone brought them. So for 25C they brought 25 contracts, 60 contracts. Yes, they were low eye levels. They were averaging about eye level 70. Yes, they were mixed job types. But if you're just worried about the rogue markers, the amount of rogue markers you got out of that lot, and I had all the highest Atlas passives, so some of those would be highly prized as well. So eye level doesn't matter. I keep saying this to peeps. It really doesn't. So anyway, that's a little bypass on my weekly thing, just to prove that eye level in heist doesn't matter in almost everything. So yeah, going on, this is my library. The idea here is to collect one full stack of every single divination card in the game. I'm getting there. There's not very many left. Each league they bring out several more, and I try and get those. Some div cards I buy because they are such remote location drops, or they are so rare. But most of them I get for myself. Most of them come from stack decks. I haven't opened these yet. I don't think I've got any new stacks to add. Let's have a quick look. Oh, no. No, I've got all of those. I think I've got all of these. These are the cheap and nasty ones. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. We've got four of those to hand in. We'll see if they come up with something while I'm recording. Oh, 5 voids. We'll open those in the video. Nope. Everything else is just... Oh, and we'll do that one. We'll do that one because somehow I've got that one as well. I think that's everything. Oh, we'll pick up a Jack in a Box as well, and some currency ones. So we've got some to open for the video. See if we get anything interesting. I doubt it, but let's trade them in. What do we get on this one? Boom. Strength, rarity, power charge duration. That might be useful. Jack in a Box. That's CAC. Currency. Nothing. Void. Nothing. A divination card. A chaos orb. Currency, chance, void, crappy, div card, nothing, currency. Oh, well, that's something. Nice. Void, yeah, right. Div card, nothing. Currency, nothing. Void, nothing. Div card, nothing, and lastly, avoid Mage Blood. Well, it was a belt. Oh dear, there we go. Let's pop those in there. Drop the currency off. I do the ring. Yeah, poop as I thought. Poop as well. Bad stuff. That's not even worth. Cold. Oh, mana reservation. I'll look that up later. Is this perfect? Nope, because of the regen life. It's going to be a horrible one to try and get perfectly rolled. So this all just gets vended. Vendor bad. There we go, done. I have managed to sort out the beasts. Eye level, I got told by a beast seller, it doesn't matter. So all the time I spent noting down in the tabs which eye levels were what, doesn't matter. I have sent out a couple of messages into standard bulk. There's like 950 rare beasts here. So far, no one has contacted me wanting the beasts, but hopefully they will go at some point, which will free up all of these tabs. Anything else interesting happen in standard? I don't think so. Gems. I've added some new gems to my stash tab. I've leveled some up. Nothing majorly there. This is slowly going down. I'm trying to get every gem at level 2020 or max level at 20. So these are all the superior or default gems. These are all the alt quality ones I've leveled up, and these are all the exceptional ones. So all these are 520 awakened gems and 320 empower, enhance, and enlighten. These are all the alt ones I will level up. These are higher level 20% quality, and these are level 1 20% quality that I find. These ones generally get leveled by my baby heist character. These ones get leveled by this character, and then these get thrown in. I don't have it on me. I think it's on my Inquisitor RF. I've got a 6 white socket staff that I put the alt quality ones in, and they go on the RF character because that's the one that's running the T16s. And then this pile of gems are gems that I use to test builds. All of these are low level gems that you might find. So Castle Notes Taken, Molten Shell, Precisions, Clarities, Vitalities, Life Taps, and Arcane Surge. These are my spare Empowers, Enhance, and Enlightens. I could sell them, I could try and corrupt them, but ultimately I might need them for builds, so I'll keep them all. And that's it. That's what I've been up to this league. The PoB. Let me bring on the PoB I've been working on. Now, this path of building is based off of Aero TV's Ice Shot Deadeye character. Full credit for this goes to him. However, I spent a lot of time making the PoB from a level 1 ground up character. I've still got to finish it off, but before the video goes live, it will be finished off. Comprehensive notes. I even give full credit for this to Aero. Nothing wrong with his build or his video. It's absolutely amazing. This is just a leveling guide on how to level that character from a league start perspective. Additionally, I have done several versions of it. So you go from 1 to 10, then Merclag, Respec, and then you've got choices. These 3 are Raider. So you got by using Purity of Elements, you're ailment immune. By using the tree, so you take Avatar of the Veil, and then you get Crystal Skin, and there's a couple of more bits you have to get. But that allows you to change your flasks, and it allows you a little bit of freedom there. You do have to take a couple of nodes to get resistances, but other than that, that might just be a gearing issue. You know, you get better gear, you might be able to drop these 2 nodes, etc., etc. The one I am playing at the moment is the Purity of Elements version. Please don't pay any attention to this, it's just where I haven't changed the skills and the items. Changing that alters all of this details here. So on this one, we still take Avatar of the Veil because it's a much, according to PoB, it's a much better DPS than having the frenzy charges. So I'll just go by PoB. Skill wise, it's got all the skills in here depending on where you're at. The Deadeye version, or a Deadeye version, is in here. Please note, when you're going through this PoB, this hatred is from the amulet. Here is Aya, and you don't use the hatred. From Replica. Here is Truth. Sorry, you don't use the level 22 hatred skill. We put hatred in our gear with an Enlighten, because then that scales the mana reservation efficiency. Aero goes into detail this in his video. All the skills here, and what you need to do once you get to Act 6 is decide on which variant you're going to go. Ideally you want to do it before you take Lab, around Act 4, because obviously if you want to go to Deadeye, I would suggest leveling as a Raider, because it's just faster and easier. You pick up your Onslaught in normal Lab, you pick up phasing plus the 40% spell suppression in Cruel Lab. Merc Lab, you get your 2 points into Onslaught, so you're going super fast. And then once you get to end game, once you get to this stage here, this is when I'd suggest you'd respec into whichever one you want to do. If you want to go from Raider to Deadeye, keep your ascendancy as is. Make sure you've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 regrets or refund points. You go and do normal Lab, you get to the end, you unspec all of your ascendancy tree for 5 points per ascendancy node. So if you've done the 3 labs, at 6 times 5 you'll need 30 regrets / refund points. spec out, make sure you haven't got any ascendancy points, then you can walk up to the ascendancy altar and then change into your Deadeye, and you automatically then you can put your 6 in and then go and do Uberlab. That's how you do it. And then choose your tree you want. It does have notes in here. When you get to Act 6, you really need to decide what you're going to do. Here we go. You need to decide which version of the build to play here now, then buy the appropriate gems. Because if you're not at league start, you're going to need to level your own gems. You can't buy them realistically. It's just easier and cheaper to get your own gems. Obviously, if you're doing this mid-league like now, then you can, if you've got the currency, you can just buy the 2020 versions of whichever gems you want and level however you want. So that's that. I will go through this and quickly finish off the items. I hadn't realised there are items missing. I thought I'd put them all in. For some reason, they're not showing up. They should do. I'm sure I did it. I'll get it done before I post a copy of the POB. Don't worry. Don't worry, it's all good. So, that's my adventures in PoE for this week, episode 13. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, I really don't care. I'm never going to be monetized. I'm medically retired on state funds. I will never make money from these videos at all, ever. So, like and subscribing just means you'll keep up to date with whatever I get up to on a weekly basis. And or heist content around about league start, plus any new heist builds that come up or strategies, etc. Have fun. Stay safe in Rokaba. Stay safe in Sanctum. I hope you get your no-hit runs in. Have fun.